Hello, welcome. I decided that one of the projects that I would like to participate in is Pan Dat palette. There are a variety or different version of this project. I think I've seen Pan Dat palette where the main rule or goal is to use up the whole palette. And then I've seen Pando's palettes, so you're working on multiple palettes and you have set goals. I was watching Sophie Alexandria, her update with her ABH palette, and that inspired me to try this, challenge myself and try this project. I don't have a deadline for this palette. I just have one goal. I'm not trying to use it up. I just want to hit pan in all the shadows. When I decided to participate in this project, I wanted your assistance. So I selected 5 palettes and posted it on my community page so you all can vote on it. The post or the voting only allows me to put 4 photos. So one of the palettes was, I just wrote a comment, and if you wanted to vote for that palette, the caption that I had with the community post stated to, or instructed, just comment that palette in the comment section if you want to vote for that palette. Thank you to all of you that voted. I got 20, the last I checked, I got 24 votes. I will show you all the palettes, all 5 palettes that I selected in the order of votes. So the least voted for one, which I think was influenced by not having the photo as part of the post. It was just for you to comment, was my custom Divina Cosmetics palette, 9-pan palette. I have the Phantom Orbs, these 6 shades, and then I have Mystic Moon Pie, Nokomis, and Aylin. And these are from the Hello Moon collection. I picked this palette because I wanted, when I chose the 5 palettes, I wanted variety, but I also wanted to choose palettes that I haven't used in a while. Also palettes that could be challenging to pan. 2 9-pan palettes that perhaps seem practical, not as intimidating. Then I have larger palettes that there's barely dents in them. The next runner up is the Sydney Grace Mountain Trail palette. I thought perhaps I would like a green themed palette. I have a dent in this one, I think 2 of these, but not much. Just thought also practical, and I can see myself doing just green looks for a while and not get bored of it. And then the next 2, when I last looked, were tied at 17%. The first one is the Byredo Remembrance palette. It's reflective, and that's what it looks like. I haven't used this palette in a while, and I thought it's a natural color story, perhaps a no-brainer. I can always get perhaps not outstanding looks, over the top looks, but something to me safe, reliable, simple, easy to create looks. And that's one of the reasons I chose this palette, but it didn't win. So, but that's what I have on today. I used this shade on my lids, and then these 2 shades as well. And then the mattes, I used that one and this one, and I like it. The next palette is the Natasha Denona Triochrome palette. At first, when I was selecting these, I thought surely this one would probably win. For some reason, that's what I thought. And also, with this one, I have variety. I can go for greens, purple, I guess much neutral, natural look with these. This shade here reminds me of a shade in Divine Rose 2. Whenever I create a look this with this roll, I think of that shade. I would like to use this palette more. It's been discontinued, but I would like to use this palette more because I really enjoy using it. I just don't reach for it as often as I would like. And then the winner, with 60 something percent, 63% of the votes, is Pat McGrath Midnight Sun. Pat McGrath Labs Midnight Sun. And this is what I have labeled here. And this is what it looks like. I have not used this palette this year. I haven't. I don't remember the last time I used this palette. So this will be an undertaking. This will, and I know Pat McGrath shadows are packed tightly, especially the mattes and the traditional shimmers. I'm hopeful. I can see everyday shades here, and then I can play with these special shades. Although this palette was the one I thought may win, I'm not surprised that this one did. But I do like a challenge. So, predictions. I think the first matte that I will hit pan in will be this shade here, Extreme Dusk. I say that because I can use it as a liner, I can use it as an outer corner shade, lower lash liner, smudger. I also can use it for my brows as a brow powder. So I'm predicting Extreme Dusk for my first matte that I'll hit pan in. Wicked Envy, this green. This is probably one of my most used from this palette when I did wear it. I think because I don't have a timeline on when I want to use or meet this goal of hitting pan in this palette, I'm gonna take my time, make it fun. I'm not in a rush. So since I don't have a timeline, we should see what unfolds. And then the special shade I predict I will hit pan in. At first I thought this shade, which is Blood Moon 005. But whenever I wear this Wicked Envy, I always incorporate the shade Jubilee. In it, it's a gold shade, nice gold shade, which will go well with the, at least in my head, it will go well with the green, pairs well, and that is why I chose that. I'm hoping that if I'm going to be using the green a lot, I'm likely to be drawn to that gold special shade. So this is the palette, my intro to my Pan That Palette project. How do I want to keep up with it? I think with this project, when I update, I'll update when I can. I don't want to promise monthly updates, so if I can or feel the need to do monthly update, I will. But I will plan to do bi-monthly updates. So every 2 months I will do an update. I also think I've seen creators do this in the panning community, weigh their products. It's something in the past I've never been interested in. I just want to keep my projects simple. I don't want to think too much about them. And my goal is just don't make it too complicated, at least for me and my lifestyle. Just set reasonable goals for me. But this one, I think I would like to weigh the palette just for funsies. And it's just one. So I will insert a picture. With my updates, I would do a weight where you see how much it weighs. I will insert a picture of what the palette looks like, because I have a feeling that even if there's not much dent done in the palette or in the shadows, there is a possibility that it will, the weight, the scale will show otherwise, to perhaps keep me motivated if I do lack motivation at any point during this project. I hope you stick around and see where this journey goes. I'm hopeful, I'm excited, and if I do achieve this goal, when I do achieve this goal, this will be my first Pat McGrath Labs palette I would have panned or hit pan in all the shades. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And while you're here, if you have not subscribed, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.